Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first ever video on YouTube. I've been exploring a variety of crypto projects, and lately I've been looking at a lot of different NFT games that are in development. Just these last few months I've been looking deeper into these, and yeah, there's a lot of different games in the works that are getting tied to crypto, and it's really fascinating. So I wanted to share one today. I'm not totally sure how it's pronounced, but I think it's something like Apeiron or something along those lines, but it's a Godgame tied to NFTs on Polygon. And it looks really good and fascinating. I haven't played any God games in particular, but it looks kind of similar to like a Sims, where you are controlling a world and controlling your own characters. So it's really fascinating. So this is their main website. It's pretty well developed, and they've been working on this game for, I believe, about 6 years, but it's just starting to be released. They had their mint for these planets just last week. So these are the cheapest, the elemental planets, which the mint was at 0.1 ETH, so they're up about, the floor is about 70% above the mint price on these, and then pricier ones were 0.3 ETH, 0.6, and I think all the way up to 2 and 6 ETH for the pricier planets. But the sale went pretty successfully. I think the project raised like 1,400 ETH or so to put towards the game. So this is their main website. Talks a bit about their upcoming marketplace. These are what I believe some of the planets will look like. If you have a pure fire planet, you'll have a primal like this, but these are like combinations of different planets. In the breeding system, you'll end up with all these different types. They actually today, here in I think a few hours, they'll be revealing these planets, so you'll get to see what types you rolled. This is a Medium post on it, and has some of the pictures. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. No, it's not going any further, but you can see the different, I'm forgetting what these are called, but I think the planets can get rolled 3 different ways. So these are like within an elemental, there's 3 different types. I'll have to check again. There's a Medium article describing the difference between these 3. But these are clearly different elements that the planet can roll. And these might even be combinations of elements. I'm not completely sure. Still learning further, and there's a lot to learn about this one. Let's see, there's 15 different distributions, 3 classes. Yeah, 45 potentials. That's right. So these are different classes within the element that you can roll. Yeah, the graphics look really cool. And there's different tiers of different numbers of elements that the planet's gonna have. The 4 element is the least rare. It's like the most dilute, all the way up to having a pure, where it's just pure fire or water, and those are gonna be the most valuable for breeding. So yeah, I'm excited to see this reveal here in a little bit. This is their white paper. There's a lot of information in here to read through about how the game's going to work, the play to earn, the blockchain, the type of game. It's fascinating. Oh, yeah, there's also these other NFTs that they currently have available. We got these, oh no, this is the Apostle team. This isn't listing the Apostles, but they have these Origin Apostles, which are characters that'll play on your team. You'll unlock Apostles freely by playing the game, but these are limited edition collector Apostles that if you get now, you'll start off with an advantage in the game, but they also will have certain perks and benefits. I believe you can get on certain whitelists if you have a number of them, and yeah, I think they have most of the benefits revealed in their Discord, but there will be a benefit if you collect all 12. There's a special benefit that they haven't announced yet, so it might be worth looking into collecting these. The floor is a 0.054 right now. and these warriors are a little pricier, but I believe that's because these have been coming onto the market through giveaways, and for some reason they've chosen to give the warrior out last, so they're giving out more warriors soon, is what I heard in the AMA a week ago. So might want to consider getting some of these while they're cheaper and get some of the whitelist benefits that you'll find in the Discord. Yeah, so there's going to be a breeding system in the game. That's what this Celestial Conjunction is. Players will start the game with one planet, but acquiring more, such as through the marketplace, but by acquiring more, such as through the marketplace, they will be able to perform a holy ritual known as Celestial Conjunction, which takes the spiritual essence of both planets and combines them to produce a new planet. The planet will inherit traits from the parent planets, as well as have a chance to have new and exciting traits of its own. Yeah, so this breeding mechanism will give you new plants and planets, and the planets will have skills depending on the parents, and elemental types depending on the parents. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty deep breeding system. I think you can find more about that here in the white paper. Yeah, so there's lots of descriptions here on the front page, what the game's about, and there's quite a few YouTube videos out on their main channel that I recommend watching if you're new to the project. And there's the first teaser. There's this really cool game battle teaser, which is what pulled me in when I saw this. This was the first thing I saw about the project, and just seeing how well the graphics were already designed and how smooth the play is. They clearly have been working on this game a while, and it's a full-fledged game that's already made, and they're just incorporating the blockchain and NFT tech into it. So it's fascinating. Yeah, in tokenomics, the token is not out for this, I believe. I think you can get on whitelist to buy the token that might be one of the benefits you have if you're collecting some of these apostles. I'll have to double check to see what all the benefits are. But yeah, they have a list here of what the distribution plan will be. It's kind of typical, some through investment rounds, community rounds. Some will be locked up for the play to earn mechanism of the game, and tournaments. It sounds like they want to have a pretty big PvP and esport competition for this game. There's going to be PvE and also PvP. I think you can develop your planets through some pretty extensive gameplay, which, yeah, it's still pretty early. This game's just taken off, and it looks like it's going to have a pretty bright future. One thing I had seen, I believe it was this game, and I'm not sure where that information is, but I'm pretty sure it was this game that this 20% that goes to the development team unlocks over a very long period. It's like 80 months or something along those lines. So it's clear that this team has a very long vision for the game, the roadmap. They're in no rush to be dumping tokens on any of the community. So it's definitely a project to look further into if you're interested in NFT games that are coming. Here's some of the team and the group of passionate, fun-loving game developers brought together by a shared dream. Yeah, it seems like a very nice team. I've been in the Discord a bit, and they're all very friendly, and the community's very, very excited and friendly. So yeah, consider looking into it if you're looking for another NFT project to get into. And it's still pretty early. While some of the NFTs are a little pricey, these were affordable, or relatively affordable. You know, you can get a little guy to play with for a couple $100, and the planets, the cheapest planets are 0.17 ETH, which it's 70% above mint, but these sold out pretty quick. I wasn't able to mint any myself, but I got some off the market because seemed like a good price, and it's still pretty early. So I think there's quite a bit of potential on these. Yeah, I think these are the most common one, and then the next ones up are these Mythics and Arcanes. So some of these, like these, that's under mint price. You know, the mint was 0.66, and these were 0.33. So, you know, you can pick up these rarer ones for basically the mint price, or a little less on this one, or a little more on these. So it's definitely not too late to get in on this. And they don't reveal for, well, actually, by the time this video is out, they'll have been revealed, so they won't look like this, I think. And it'll be interesting to see where the price goes once you can see what these planets look like and what they roll. So one of the characteristics between the rarities, if you look at, let's see if I can pull it up on here. And these all, like I mentioned earlier, there are 4 different elements that can roll, or there might be more than 4 total, but on these uncommon ones, you have the potential to roll a quad element planet. So it's very dilute. It'll have 4 different elements, and these rarer ones are more likely. So I'll show it here in the traits. So this is the elemental core, the least rare one, and the distribution's random. This is another feature. So I believe the Primeval Legacy, if you get this trait, I think what happens is that when you're breeding, it makes it easier for that planet to hand down its element at a higher chance or something like that. It makes the breeding chances easier if you're breeding for a specific element. So if you do get Primeval Legacy, that definitely has some value. But what I came here to show was this part here where it says with these you only have a 30% chance, but it's still pretty significant, of these elemental cores rolling a quad, which means they'll have 4 different element types, and they'll be a little trickier. It'll take you longer to breed out those elements and get a rarer concentrated, like up to a single element. And they have a 70% chance for a tri-element. So that's the cheapest one, where if you paid a little more and got a mythic, which was triple the price from the mint, you now have a chance to roll a duo element. Well, it's only 9%, but that's still, you didn't have a chance at all on the cheaper one. And then quad is a little lower, and tri is a little higher. So, and there's also a really rare chance that you get a pure element. So that'd be, if you get lucky and get the 1%, that's a lot of value, because these were only 0.3 ETH, and I think to get it guaranteed pure, you needed the rarest, which was 6 ETH. So yeah, there's a little bit of RNG with that. And this is the next one up, and let's see, it's even better chance, 30% for duo, 2% for pure, 10%, that's the same. And then tri-element's about the same, but if you get lucky, you can get a duo. And let's see, let's check what the other ones are. Just scroll down there, grab one of these divines. And I'm not sure what the last one is called. Primal? I think that's the rarest. This is Primal. So Divine, this was, I think that's about what it cost to mint. That might even be a little under mint. I don't totally remember. So these are almost guaranteed to be duo. Oh, so they're either duo or pure. So if you invested in one of these, you're guaranteed to not get a tri or a quad. So you definitely start off with a much rarer planet if you get a divine, or if you got one, because the minting's already done. They didn't sell out on the mint, but they raised most of the funds, and then they burned the remainder. And okay, this is the rarest one. And yeah, so you get a guaranteed pure if you bought one of these. Yeah, I think you might also get the 100% distribution. Yeah, I'm not sure. Something to look more into. But yeah, these were 6 ETH, I believe. So it's a pretty big investment to get one of these. But those were all sold out by the time I got to the mint, the public mint. The elementals, the cheapest and the most expensive, were sold out, but the rest of these were still in. yeah, so if you're interested in NFT games, it's definitely one to look further into. Looks like it's got a really high chance to be successful. The team's been working on this for a while. The game's really developed. The graphics are great. It's really smooth. And yeah, I listened in on one of the AMAs last week, and it was really professional, and you could tell they were confident that this project's gonna be a big success. So something to look further into. Yeah, there's lots of articles on here too, so lots to dive into. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the channel and watching my first ever video. If you like this kind of content and you appreciated the video, feel free to like and subscribe and leave any comments if you're interested in this game, if you're in it too. Let me know what you got and what your game plan is, and if you know of any other games similar to this, feel free to comment them in the comments, and I'll reach out and say hi. Thanks, guys.